Good evening and welcome this evening. On behalf of the City of Blue Springs, city staff, and fellow planning commissioners, we'd like to welcome you to the Monday, October 13th Blue Springs Planning Commission meeting. I'll call the meeting to order. If you would, please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, how about attendance, Tracy?
Yes. Commissioner Ingersoll?
Here.
Commissioner Pumphrey? Commissioner Stokenberry?
Here.
Commissioner Smith?
Here.
Commissioner Sanderson? Commissioner Cradoff?
Present.
Commissioner Graham?
Present.
Commissioner Howe?
Here.
Chairperson Henning?
Here. Thank you, and as I said, welcome and thank you for joining us this evening. Tonight's agenda consists of the minutes from the September 22nd meeting. Items 2, 6, and 8 is the rezoning, general development plan, and preliminary plat for Sullivan Ranch. Items 3, 7, and 9 is rezoning, general development plan, and preliminary plat for Colburn Farms. Item number 4 is a conditional use permit for Kansas City Cannabis. Number 5 is a conditional use permit for Tier 1 Tattoo. Item 10 is a final plat for the Woodlands at Chapman Farms, second plat. Item 11 is we're going to hear from staff about community development monthly report, and then we'll adjourn. At this time, I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda for the approval for the minutes for the last meeting.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that passes. At this time, I will open the public hearing for items number 2, 6, and 8. Rezoning RZ 07259646, General Development Plan GDP 07259647, and Preliminary Plat PP 07259648. Public hearing is open. Is anyone here to speak on behalf of this? And at this time, I would ask for a motion to continue this item.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Let's get a roll call on this, please.
Yeah. Stokenberry?
Aye.
Smith?
Aye.
Cradoff?
Aye.
Graham?
Aye.
Howe?
Aye.
Ingersoll?
Aye.
Chairperson Henning?
Aye.
All ayes.
All right, and moving on, I'll now open the public hearing for.
Chairperson Henning,
Yes.
can you please say the date?
Oh, set a date, yes. These are being continued to the October 27th meeting. Thank you for that clarification. I left that out. The next item we'll do the same thing with. I will ask for motion for the continuance of public hearing items number 3, 7, and 9. The rezoning RZ 08259668, General Development Plan GDP 09259647, and Preliminary Plat PP 07259648. I do need to open this public hearing, so I'll open the public hearing. And at this time, is anybody here to speak on behalf of this item? See none, I would ask for a motion up here to continue this item until the October 27th, 2025 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion in 2 seconds. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Smith?
Aye.
Commissioner Cradoff?
Aye.
Commissioner Graham?
Aye.
Commissioner Howe?
Aye.
Commissioner Ingersoll?
Aye.
Commissioner Stokenberry?
Aye.
Chairperson Henning?
All right.
All ayes.
All right, that motion carries, and those 2 items will be continued until the next meeting, as I stated, on October 27th, 2025. All right, and on to the next public hearing. I will open the public hearing for agenda item number 4, the conditional use permit CUP 08259677 for Kansas City Cannabis. I will ask for exhibits from our city attorney, James Newell.
The city would like to enter exhibits 1 through 8.
Thank you, Josh. Anybody here that would like to speak in favor of or in opposition to or about this project, please rise and be sworn in collectively as a group.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this case will be the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, I think Ms. Fry is ready to give us a presentation on this.
So, Chantel Fry, 903 West Main Street on behalf of the city, and I have been sworn in. Good evening, Chair and Commissioners. Before you this evening is a request for a conditional use permit to allow extended hours of operation for Kansas City Cannabis Company, which is located along Northwest Jefferson Street near I-70 and the Highway 7 interchange. Excuse me. The applicant is requesting approval to operate their drive-through 24 hours a day. The Kansas City Cannabis Company drive-through is unique in that it functions differently from a traditional fast food drive-through. It has a drawer and a camera system that allows transactions to occur securely without the direct face-to-face contact. The applicant has also stated that with this conditional use permit, if it is approved, will have the armed security personnel will be on site at all times, and lobby hours will remain closed outside of the normal retail hours it currently has. On a note, City of Grandview, Missouri currently does allow marijuana business drive-thrus to operate 24 hours per day under similar conditions. And the site itself has already been developed with the 2 access drive points on Northwest Jefferson Street, and that this time there's no additional improvements are being proposed to the site. There's already existing public sidewalk and utility requirements that have been met, and there's no traffic, stormwater, or utility impacts, being that there are no improvements to the site. Staff finds that this request is compatible with the surrounding land uses, which includes a 24-hour gas station, there's a hardware store, and a storage facility. And the proposal will not negatively impact nearby properties or public infrastructure, and the business will continue to meet all other requirements of the UDC. Based on the review criteria, staff recommends approval of the conditional use permit with the 2 conditions that are listed in the staff report. I would be happy to answer any questions from the commission. The applicant is here, and we also received 1 letter of opposition.
Any questions for staff?
Chair,
Yes.
could you just clarify the current operating hours? Because I was seeing discrepancy if it was 8 to 10 or 8 to 8 in the packet.
I believe it's 8 to 10.
I believe it's 8 to 10.
Okay, because there was something else in the packet that still quoted the same ordinance, but it said 8 to 8, so I wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
and that's probably because back when this request came forward a few years ago, the hours of operation in effect at that time were 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then subsequently after that, the city council did a citywide code change to increase the closing time to 10 p.m.
Okay.
So it is 8 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Thank you.
Any other questions before we hear from the applicant? Seeing none, I see the applicant's here. Would you like to speak?
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Dan Nelson. I'm the CEO and Managing Partner of Kansas City Cannabis Company. We have 5 locations in the metro area, and I just appreciate your time and thank you for your consideration. Any questions for me personally? We have, if you want to show the slide, we have done a test study down at Lake Lotawana for Friday and Saturday night, and we've done this for a year now with 0 incidents. So. Yeah. Any questions from that? I'm all ears.
Are you meaning that Lotawana is 24 hours?
Yep, Lottawana's been 24 hours Friday and Saturday night because of the population, and so it's been and since last October.
Any other questions for the applicant?
Mr. Nelson, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
I had the unique opportunity to visit your store and see how your operation runs, and I was impressed with your technology that you use and the educational information that you gave to the public. I think there's a lot of myths associated with your type of business, and I think that one should probably do a little bit of research to find out what your operation consists of and what you do for the community, and how the mere existence of it, how it helps people out. For instance, we talked about nursing homes, the elderly, and medical reasons, how people use your product. And there's a lot of information I think you should probably share with the commissioners. And I don't know if commissioners, if any of you have been to his store. or any of the stores before to see what the operations are like. But it's, I think it's changed, evolved over the years, and I think people are starting to catch on to how these operations work. But could you tell us how many stores you have in the area, how many in Kansas City and in the general area?
Yeah, so we have 5 stores in the metro area, but we do pride ourselves on education and safety and regulation. So those are the main pillars that we run our business off of.
And I think before, when you came before us, we talked about police protection, how it affects crime and things like that. And the research I saw, I didn't see any effects on crime or anything. And I'd like to know what your opinion is with the police chief or the police department here, how they feel about it. Have you had any kind of conversations, or are they?
Yeah, so we've had conversations with the police force. We originally employed an undercover cop as part of our security protocol. So part of that, so that was the catalyst of how we worked with the community as well. So during the build-out process, we invited first responders, police department, and we're completely transparent in how we do our operations. Even when there's problems with Quick Trip or Westlake next door, we have the cameras and technology that there's no ambiguity of can't read that license plate. So, but yeah, we've got about $200,000 invested in security.
Would you say there's been any change? Has it affected crime or anything? Has it increased crime, or do you think that your operation?
Yeah, so the property was abandoned for about 3 years, a lot of homelessness, and then especially kind of like recently with Dunkin' Donuts and stuff. But we have improved the property and the safety of that corner with our security and our security systems.
Now, how about the revenue? Has it increased? What would you say about your business?
I would like to interject here and like to keep our questions really focused on this particular issue of extending hours to overnight instead of just overall broad, general, warm, fuzzy questions, please.
Well, I beg to differ. I'd like to find out about your operations, just see how it's been going since you've opened the last time.
Operations have been going well.
Okay.
Yeah, since we've moved from the strip mall to the corner, things have been well for us.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions for the applicant? All right, thank you very much. Any further discussion from staff? Well, let me first close this public hearing.
Did you ask if there was anybody?
I did not. I completely skipped that. Thank you for that reminder. Is anybody present? I will open back up the public hearing, and I forgot something. Is there anybody here that would like to speak in favor of this? Seeing none, is anybody here that would like to speak in opposition to this item? All right, I will reclose the public hearing. The public comment section of the public hearing is over. Any further discussion or anything from staff?
I do not have anything.
I have one question. What is the Missouri state law for alcohol sales? And the reason why I ask is it seems to be like something similar as marijuana, but different, but yet those hours are guided and set by the state of Missouri, correct? Or is it county?
The state of Missouri sets hours of operation or hours for which alcohol cannot be sold, and also sets hours for when marijuana sales can occur. The alcohol sales are statewide, restricted between the hours of 2 a.m. and 6 a.m., and there are no restrictions on the hours of operation from the state.
Okay. All right, hearing nothing else from staff, anything else from the applicant? Anything else up here from us? Questions, comments? All right, I already closed it, but now I'll close it again. We got out of order on this one. Seeing nothing else, I would ask for a motion, if anybody wants to, a motion on this conditional use permit for Kansas City Cannabis.
Sure.
Yes.
I move to approve CUP 08259-677 Kansas City Cannabis with the 2 staff conditions.
I have a motion and a second. Tracy, roll call, please.
Commissioner Cradoff,
Aye.
Commissioner Graham,
No.
Commissioner Howe,
Aye.
Commissioner Ingersoll,
Aye.
Commissioner Stokenberry,
Aye.
Commissioner Smith,
Aye.
Chairperson Henning.
No. That item passes, and it will be referred and recommended to the city council at their meeting on Monday, October 20th at 6 o'clock. All right, that concludes that. At this time, I will open the public hearing for agenda item number 5, which is a conditional use permit, CUP 08259678 for Tier 1 tattoo. I will ask for exhibits from our city attorney, James Newell.
The city would like to enter exhibits 1 through 8.
Thank you. All those here that would like to speak about this project or in favor of or opposition to, please rise and be sworn in collectively as a group.
Raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear that the testimony about to give in this case will be the truth, so help you God.
I do.
It looks like Logan is ready.
Good
Logan
evening,
Day.
Commissioners. Logan Day, 903 West Main Street, Blue Springs, on behalf of the city. The item before you this evening is a request for a conditional use permit to allow for the operation of Tier 1 Tattoo, a body art studio located at 1338 Northwest 7 Highway. The subject property is zoned GB, General Business, which requires a conditional use permit approval for any body art service establishment. In conjunction with this request, the applicant is also seeking approval of alternate development standards to waive the minimum 500 feet separation requirements from residential uses. The general business district is intended to accommodate general trades and commercial services located along arterial corridors outside the central and neighborhood business districts. The proposed use is consistent with the intent of the zoning district and surrounding commercial character of this corridor. A recent Unified Development Code text amendment, UDC T-04-25-9553 Body Art Code Amendment increased the allowable number of body art service establishments and would permit body art services when located in commercial or mixed-use buildings subject to a conditional use permit. Based on staff review, the proposed use meets the intent of the updated code and will operate with an existing commercial tenant space with no exterior modifications. Staff recommends approval of the conditional use permit and alternative development standards with 2 conditional conditions listed in the staff report. And I will be happy to answer any questions, and the applicant is here to answer any questions as well.
Thank you, Logan. Any questions for staff before we hear from the applicant?
What are the 2 staff conditions?
They're listed in your report. One is just, the other one is that he would have to update his tattoo licensing for himself and then the establishment before we would issue a business license for him.
Talk to us a little bit more about the exception they're asking in the sense that it's not far away.
So
Do you know how far it is?
So the development standard is that a 500 feet distance would be required from residential or zoning or churches. In this case, it does abut up to MF 14, so it's right behind that. So they would be asking for alternative development standards to deviate from that 500 feet to 0 feet.
Okay. Anything else for staff? Thank you, Logan. We'd love to hear from you if you have anything to say from the applicant.
Hello, everybody. I'm Logan Johnson, owner-operator of Tier 1 Tattoo. I've been doing it for approximately 14 years. I worked here in Blue Springs at Modified Ways under the license of Chemo and his establishment for approximately 8, then moving on and owning my current business the past 4 years. I just saw the opportunity to, I guess, build and update my business and further my clientele, as well as have the ability to invest in others. That's really all I got.
Okay.
Unless you guys have anything for me. Sorry.
Think
Not a
we're
big
good.
public speaker.
That's all right.
You're fine.
You can probably
Thanks for
tell.
telling us a little about yourself and about your business. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Is there anybody here that would like to speak in favor of this project?
Yes, please. My name is Marty Hodges. I own the Country Club Center, which is where the kids are getting ready to move in. Do a background check, do the credit checks, found them to be extremely good kids, seen their business in Odessa, and feel like, you know, I would not rent it to them. So, and the some of the other tenants that I have too have really nice establishments there. I was a little confused when they said they had to have a conditional use, because 11 years ago when I bought the center, there was a tattoo shop in the exact same unit that they were going in, was Glory Bound Tattoo, and they were extremely good people as well. So I just feel like maybe this would really be a good place for them.
Well, thank you very much. Anybody else would like to speak in favor of? Anybody present that would like to speak in opposition to this project? All right, seeing none, the public comment section of this public hearing I will declare is over. Any further discussion or anything else from staff?
No.
I have a question. Is there any kind of barrier or buffer behind the strip center from the multifamily that it's close to?
Are you referring to like a landscape buffer or anything?
Yeah, or fence or wall.
I believe there is fences, but we would have to double check on that. But there is fences, I believe.
6-foot privacy. 6-foot privacy fence. Thank you. All right. Anything else from staff?
No.
Anything else from the applicant? Any questions up here?
I had a question.
Yes.
What would the hours of operation be for your business?
Typically for me would normally be from 9 to 5, considering I have a 10-year-old and I like to at least get home to where I can spend a decent amount of time with him after, so.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, if nothing else from up here, I will close the public hearing. And I would ask for a motion for this conditional use permit.
Chair,
Yes.
I move to approve conditional use permit CUP 08259678 Tier 1 Tattoo with the staff conditions.
Thank you.
Second.
And a second, a motion and a second. Tracy, roll call, please.
Yes, of course. Commissioner Graham,
No.
Commissioner Howe,
No.
Commissioner Ingersoll,
Aye.
Commissioner Stokenberry,
Aye.
Commissioner Smith,
Aye.
Commissioner Cradoff,
Aye.
Chairperson Henning.
Aye. That motion carries.
Yes.
It will be recommended and heard by the city council at their next meeting on Monday, October 20th at 6 p.m. All right, the next item on the agenda is item number 10, the final plat PF 08259671 for the Woodlands at Chapman Farms second plat. I believe Logan is still there, so we'll hear from you about this presentation from staff. Thank you, Logan.
Before you this evening is a request for approval of the final plat for the Woodlands at Chapman Farms, a proposed single-family development located east of Southwest 7 Highway and south of Southwest Wyatt Road. The property is approximately 22.45 acres and is zoned SF7 single-family. The final plat consists of 28 single-family neighborhood lots and 1 tract of land for open space/detention. The proposed building type follows the detached house neighborhood lot classification and complies with the development standards approved with the preliminary plat. All lots meet the approved minimum lot size, lot width, applicable setbacks, coverage, and height requirements. All required public improvements, including the interior street network, have been completed. Sidewalks are provided on one side of all streets consistent with the approved plans. Water service will be provided by Water District 13, and the stormwater detention is accommodated through modifications to an existing pond on site. Per UDC section 407.110, subdivisions are classified to minimize differences in dwelling sizes within and between adjacent neighborhoods. The minimum livable floor area classification for this development is G, which is 1,400 square feet, and this is consistent with nearby developments such as Colonial Highlands. Staff has reviewed the final plat for compliance with the approved preliminary plat, zoning, and UDC requirements. All technical comments have been addressed, and the plat meets the minimum standards for lot dimensions and access. And staff recommends approval of the final plat with 3 conditions, with an additional condition to be added as follows. All off-site easements shall be recorded prior to the issuance of the 5th building permit. If this condition is not met, no additional building permits shall be issued until the required easements have been recorded, and this condition shall terminate upon completion and recording of the off-site easements.
Thank you, Logan. Any questions for staff before we hear from the applicant? All right, thank you, Logan. Applicant here would like to say anything? Would you like to say anything about your final plat project? Would you like to speak?
Bob Frost, 8619 South 7th Highway. I'm the developer of the area. We've went in and made all the necessary improvements so far. We've got it down, completely seeded out now. It looks like a golf course almost rather than a subdivision. But we hope to tear up the sod pretty quick and get some houses going out there. I think it's going to be a great addition to Blue Springs. We're getting a lot of action on people interested in living in that area and living in that part of the city. So I think we're glad to be part of it, and hope you all approve this.
Well, I might call you next year for some tips on growing green grass. Any questions for up here for the applicant? All right, thank you. Anything else? Any further discussion up here? Staff, I'll ask for a motion.
Chair?
Yes.
Move to approve final plat 08259671 with the 4 total staff conditions.
Have a motion?
Second it.
And 2 seconds. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes unanimously. All right. Thank you all for that, and we've got a community development report coming up.
So when looking at the permit activity between last year and this year, we've stayed kind of consistent in terms of single family detached housing, relatively the same. We have spent way less on construction costs, but we're still roughly around, we're still doing a lot more inspections, but we're probably halfway what we were the last year in terms of construction cost and total square footage. We also have seen a big spike in codes cases in terms of last year, with having 292 cases this year. We've also seen both Westgate Villas and Hawes were approved last month, with Rampage being continued to October 27th Planning Commission. And then we've also had way less signed permits this month in comparison with last year. That's all I have for you.
Thank you, Logan.
No problem.
Nothing looks too curious for me for a question. Anybody else up here? All right. Thank you, Logan. Any other business up here or out there? All right. Well, that concludes our meeting. I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. A motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? This meeting is adjourned. Thank you and good night.